Good morning, everyone. Good morning and welcome through Center Toronto. Wherever you are in the world, thank you for tuning in this morning. This month is soaking up our good. Our vision statement is love only and remember who you are. Each week we come together to remember there is a creative, indestructible, absolute, and recognizing this is who we are, the infinite, self-creative energy. Within every human being is the capacity to bring of form the abundance of every good thing. Love is the soul impulse for creation. We create what their heart desires without it. A whole universe of love. Therefore, we can use this energy individually to recognize we are a part of something greater than ourselves. Today's practitioner is Carrie Garnier, and our guest musician is Deb Chamberlain. Go to our opening song.
Thank you, Reverend Fred. Good morning, everyone. I'm going to sing this song I wrote called Holy Waters. These holy waters, they flow through me, through my sons and daughters, for eternity. These holy waters hear every call. These holy waters, they bless us all. I know I am a vessel of love, yeah. I am a vessel of light. I open up my heart and soul. I open up my mind for all your goodness, truth, and beauty to come into my life. 'Cause I am a vessel of your love, yeah. I am a vessel of your light. These holy waters, they flow through me, through my sons and daughters, for eternity. These holy waters hear every call. These holy waters, they bless us all. I know we are all vessels of love, yeah. We are vessels of light. We open up our hearts and souls, yeah. We open up our minds for all your goodness, truth, and beauty to come into our lives. 'Cause we are all vessels of your love, yeah. We are vessels of your light, and these holy waters, after you and me, through our sons and daughters, for all eternity. These holy waters hear every call. us all. These holy waters, they bless us all. Yeah. Thank you all.
Thank you, Deb. That was just wonderful. And we could use holy waters this morning. Issues. We've had some glitches, and we're going to know that everything is working here right now. So we come together to affirm that our physical consciousness, the ultimate reality, is one of love, joy, peace. Each and every one of us can embody and live from. Whatever we decide to be will determine the world we see. And our mind takes and firmly believes in form, this atmosphere of pure potentiality. If we live as we have lived, the future will simply be more of the same. If we continue to support consciousness, we will continue to have war in the world. Every day we stand for peace, love, compassion. Today and every day we stand for the right of every being on this to experience safety and security. Today and every day we stand that the incarnation of spirit in all beings, and that every incarnation of the one spirit. We stand for the unity, and that the highest God and the innermost is one God. We stand for eternal goodness, loving kindness, and eternal givingness of life to all. We consciousness of love, opening our hearts to a deeper level of forgiveness and commitment. Stand for recognizing that it will play a part in bringing the world. Let's reach beyond the field of right doing, release all judgments at this moment, and enter a space of pure love. At this moment, we bless all those who are suffering or suffered. At this moment, we bless those who have inflicted. At this moment, we bless all those who witness suffering. We accept the light within, the infinite creative power of the infinite gifts of expression that emerge from it. Individually and collectively, momentous changes in our lives, the lives of those around us, world. We must live aligned with our values and take a right and from love only. And so it is. And now at this time, I would like to invite Carrie for our invocation song and our morning treatment or affirmative prayer.
Thank you. This is a song called Dance with the Divine. Good morning, Carrie. See you in the corner, sitting all alone, watching life go by like a child without a home, looking for someone there in the crowd to take your hand or call your name out loud. But there's no waiting list for heaven, no rolling of the dice. All you need to do is look within and you'll find paradise. So turn, turn, turn toward your heart. Twirl in the light, say yes to the stars. Breathe and sway, let love be your guide. And dance, 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 dance with the divine. Everything we could want, we already have. The gifts we're given, they're all part of the sacred plan. To live our destiny, all we need to do is say yes and put on our dancing shoes. 'Cause there's no waiting list for heaven, no rolling of the dice. All we need to do is look within and we'll find paradise. So turn, turn, turn toward your heart. Twirl in the light, say yes to the stars. Breathe and sway, let love be your guide. And dance, 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 dance with the divine.
So let's take a moment right here and right now. All is good, all is God. There is only the divine. And each and every one of us right here and right now gets to dance. I've heard someone say that the only thing God wants from us, is to dance with the divine. So let's know right here and right now, this moment is perfect. This moment is unfolding exactly as it is. All is well. All is good. All is God. We have this brilliant moment, and this is the only moment we have. So let's love, let's laugh, let's enjoy. I release these words as law right here and right now. I know that they are done. And together we say, and so it is.
What is calling you from deep inside as you cross the bridge through space and time, and together bring your dreams to life as you dance, dance, and turn, turn, turn toward your heart. Twirl in the light, say yes to the stars. Breathe and sway, let love be your guide. And dance, 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 dance with the divine. Dance with the divine. Dance.
Wow, thank you. Dance with the divine at the moment. It might release a few of that energies that were happening. Thank you, Carrie, for that beautiful, beautiful treatment. It was exactly what took us into this moment. So I hope everyone can hear me around a little bit this morning. So much so that actually, thank goodness, Carrie, who has worked on this, worked with this device before, who ended up having to host the meeting. I was on with Rogers. I'm not sure that I'm crazy or not. Good morning, Carrie.
I'm muted. There we go. You might still be a bit choppy, so if you speak slowly, we get more words, I think. And I'm sorry.
Okay, sounds good. I will speak slower. So how is your good showing up this month?
Wow. How is my good showing up this month? My good is showing up everywhere. I think, man, the longer I go, the more I realize there is only good. And even in the heartache and the sorrow, and I've had some of that, um, if I can come back to knowing that there's still only good, that seems to help. I've been in transition the last month or so because I did move, so I'm in my brand new space, and the process of letting go, letting go, letting go. For me, it was exactly what was wanted and what I wanted. So as I let go and let go and let go, there's room for more good to show up. Mm. As I let go of things that were holding me down and weighing me down, and then I loved my house, but it was holding me back and holding me down, and now I've released it. So there is more room for good. But I guess what I really thought of today as we were um, working through chat, realizing we really are in partnership, and I was able to partner uh, with you to relieve what you didn't need to be dealing with. And we are in partnership with God. And as I remember that I'm in partnership, that there is only God and it's not just me, then it's easier to be in flow and more room for good.
Absolutely, nicely. And what we dealt with last month, which was, um, you empty the cup and then you fill it back up. Sounds like you've filled it back up with things that are more appropriate for where you are right.
Yeah, much more appropriate and lighter. And my space actually is filled with light. One of the things I was visioning when I was envisioning my new space was a wall of windows. And so my new condo does have actually two walls of windows.
Wow, that's perfect.
It's so perfect, and there's so much light. You can actually see the light coming in from the side here. I'm the farthest from the windows. I can be in the condo, but I'm still getting all the natural light because new condos have these lovely frosted sliding glass doors. So yeah,
Wow. So literally soaking up your good.
literally, yeah, soaking up the light of the world.
Wow, that is absolutely wonderful. Wow, I'm so glad that you were here this morning. Practitioner of the day who actually is going to help us out technologically. And just to let you really see the screen properly at all. So, so Stam called upon. You may be called upon at some point. So just so that we're going to do our best to get through this morning. If you see me looking at the side every now and then, I apologize everybody because that's the only affirmation that I'm live. I can see so anyway, it's complicated, but we're going
I'm
to
gonna,
work through this.
yep, totally. And I can put the affirmation up now, I think.
And yes, if you would do that, thank you. I was letting you know that I couldn't.
So here it is. I'm going to say it one time. And just so it as I say it, and then we will say it together. I embrace life as it unfolds perfectly around me, which is ideal for today as we work through technicality. So let's say that all together. I embrace life as it unfolds perfectly around me.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you so much, Carrie. Thank you. Always glad that things are filling up for your good in your life, and more of that to come for whatever is right here, right now. So awesome. And at this point, we'll for our song and take it away, Deb.
Thank you, Reverend Fred. The song is called The Greatest. You are the greatest, you. There's nothing you must do. Just be who you are in truth. Yesterday is gone. Tomorrow's full of promise. Right here where we are, where light shines upon us, is everything we need and everything we are, as we let go of fear and reach toward the stars, 'cause you are the greatest, you. There's nothing you must do. Just be who you are in truth. Where do you want to go? Who do you want to be with? Listen to your heart, 'cause that is where the truth lives. And everything you need, and everything you are, it will all be yours as you reach toward the stars, 'cause you are the greatest, you. There's nothing you must do. Just be who you are in truth. It's already done. Your destiny is won as you surrender to who you shall become. To the greatest, you. There's nothing you must do. Just be who you are. The greatest, you. There's nothing you must do. Just remember who you are in truth. Thank you.
Wow, Deb, thank you so much. What a song, the greatest you. Wow. Thank you. Just incredible. So the greatest you. My talk today is called The Next Act, and I'm going to call it The Current Act based on this morning, because we're always reinventing from a place, and this is the place to start. So I really do hope that you're able to hear my talk without too much breaking up, but it is what it is, and it will be what it is. And I trust and know that everybody's going to get what they need to get as I move into this morning. So thank you, Deb. So this looking up, you're good. And again, you could not have a better song than the about that. So let me ask you a question. Are you living the greatest you? Are you living a life of joy? Thomas Troward, said that the purpose of life was to live a joy-filled life. Upon that, and he talks about the creative expression that exists because everything wants to be expressed. It just wants to be. One simply need go out into nature and sit in nature. You simply look at everything is connected. The birds, the trees, the wind, everything. It all is in perfect order, and it's all unfolding perfectly. Never forget that we also are part of nature, and as such, evolving and moving perfectly from wherever we are. And it's from this place of connection that the best, that is looking up your good. As Carrie said, releasing everything and then allowing what needs to come. So what are you thinking? What are you feeling? What are you acting upon up in your life in form? Deb's song that she just sang, I love this part of the lyric, and it's not the exact lyric, but it says, with a heart right here, something beautiful is happening. Learn from sacred possibilities. That's called feeling. Know that you're living in this sacred space where all is possible. What comes to mind when I'm in that place, it is that I am in this. That is what I've chosen. That has been the theme for my life. Even as I look back in my childhood, it is the place where all things have started. I can tell you that ministers, practitioners, that they also have made a life this truth that they are in service. And it's a great place to live. Just even if you haven't studied and you're not a practitioner, not a minister, you're probably of service in your life. And, you know, I need to be doing anything other than stepping outside of myself and recognizing at play. And when I recognize that, I become completely centered, nothingness out of the way, and just allow spirit or allow life to flow through you. That's the beginning of living life, a life of service. It knows something grander than yourself. And you can just allow truth to flow through you. So what I do is I try to find places or circumstances where I can actually act. A couple of weeks ago, I went to Lilydale. It's a place where psychics from all over the world go. They in 30s, and there's different places there. There's like there's a healing temple. There's a mother's temple outdoor, walks through the woods. There is an assembly hall, and it's all old. You've gone back to Little House on the Prairie times, and everybody who lives there, even psychics or not, it's just it's a place to go where everybody feels really. So you stay in a hotel that reminds me of, again, Little House on the Prairie, and it's just there's where you can just unplug. So I found myself deep in meditation, and it was funny because I attended a healing prayer in the morning on the first day that I got there, and healing meditation later in the day. So the healing meditation in the morning, I released a few things. Back later in the evening, and the lady leaned in and said, "Is this? Have you been here before?" And I said, "Yes." I said, "Okay. Well, is this healing for you, or is it for someone else?" And she went, "Oh, okay." And I thought she expected I healed everything, but the reality was I'd had some thoughts that felt a little disconnected. And so I was actually there, all on our own journey of healing, whatever that is. And you know what, if it takes you 20 to move through something, or 3 times, it doesn't matter. Move through it. And when from there, right, start to work through that. Anyway, it was interesting because the next, and I had a realization, because one of the things I thought, well, this is a place of sorrow. Maybe one of them will talk about my brother or whatever. The realization need validation about my brother Francis. The truth is that I feel he is with me no matter what I do. He's in my thoughts. Anything in life, and I thought, I don't need somebody outside of me to validate life, or that he's still with me even though he's transitioned. And that was awakening to have, because I suddenly felt peace about that. Last week, I had a dream about my brother, and we were actually having, and he looked great, and we're talking about life, and then all of a sudden I went, oh my gosh, I forgot that you've passed on. And he went, yeah, I know. And so I went over and gave him a hand. I sat with my arm around him, and he put his arm around me, and we cried. And then I said, wait, now that you're gone, I want to know what it's like over there. Tell me, like, how is it? And he said to me, Fred, it's just love over here. And that anything negative is just gone from your life. There's no more pain. There's no more suffering. That light in everyone. And he said, make sure that you let everybody know that I'm okay. I woke up, and it was so matter of fact, and it was such a clear, that I literally woke up and thought, that was incredible. I literally just had a conversation with. So that was an interesting thing. I mean, there I went to him from someone else, and realizing I didn't need validation, and all of a sudden my cup got filled with that I had. Another thing that happened while I was at Lilydale is I woke up and I couldn't get out of my head about Act 3, and as 3 acts. So there's the first act, which is the first 30 years of your life. That's when you're enjoying life. You're figuring out who you are. You learn to walk and talk. You get your education. You learn your life. And you're figuring it out. You're stretching your elbows. You're growing into this body, this form. Next 30 years, you're focusing on career and family, or life, or you expand upon the things that worked in your first 30 years. You establish your career. Thinking about, as I move into this last act, or this final act, this fantastic act, I think was something that was less value, because you've already realized it's actually not. And I had that realization that morning, and I thought about last act, and whether it's 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, who knows? And I'm not quite yet, so I'm still holding on. But who knows what the next 30 years or more life. And why would I think it any less important than the last 2 acts? The thing that I like about it is that I'm starting to fill my life with the things that bring me joy only. What I discovered is I really enjoy being with small groups of people and having intimate conversations, and just really getting to know people, connecting one-on-one with people, having those conversations that bring new insight, and that you impart maybe in the first 2 acts of your life. Also, I'm expanding in my cup. I noticed that, like, recently I started meeting new friends, meeting out that there are a whole other group of people who think entirely different than me, who are absolutely, and being able to be around them. I find that I'm building upon the things in my life, and that's what's really important. I'm bringing everything from the past, that building upon it, and letting go much quicker of everything that doesn't serve me. I realize that I'm being the light in the world. I'm being to all who choose to see it, have at it. And that's kind of what it is. I've heard recently that I enjoy watching other people in their joy. I enjoy watching people have true intimate connections or their happiness or accomplishing something. I look at those things and I think, wow, it's just so good to see. Like we said last month, and like Carrie talked about as well, letting go of everything that doesn't serve, that it's okay to let it go. It served its purpose. Mary Kondo talks about blessings that no longer serve you and then passing them on. We can do the same with our mind. Bless those things that everything else go. We get to take the things in the first two acts that worked, important, and it allows us to live right here, right now, where we are. Many of you know, I talked about my brother a little bit, but I experienced a lot of grief this year. Some of the gifts in it, some of the gifts that grief brings. And one of the things I realized as I thought about my last act is that I was really blessed to have the first two acts of my life. I also had this memory. His life came to an end. His journey came to an end on this plane. And so why would I limit anything continuing? And that's what he would want as well. So a couple of the other gifts I've learned, and this is really big, is to sit with my feelings, to explain them, not to define them, not to will them away, no, and just to allow them to be known and to allow knowledge you and what needs to be known. We aren't taught to just sit with our, well, at least I wasn't, but we're not taught to sit with our feelings. We're taught to move away from the things that feel uncomfortable. And yet sitting in them sometimes is when we are. It's taken a long time for me to be able to come to this on our different paths. It's our unique journey and our circumstances in life get our way through these experiences that we have. But what a gift. All feelings are valid and that they're a sacred of. It is that allows me to know my truth. It's that, and it's from that place of knowing my truth that I know how, what, and that is that I want to live a life of service, and that's what I do. I will tell you this as you go through your process of figuring out, how to fill up your cup. May have opinions about what your path is, but remember this: your path is only for you. What is yours to know? It's being called to, and it's unique to each and every one of us, but we know it. Being called for your good only. That. Well, I often count and just trusted souls and fellow practitioners and ministers. I know what to do. I love this quote, and I've got to put my glasses on to read it. I care not what others think about what I do, but I care about what I think of what I do. That is Franklin Roosevelt. So why not choose to be the greater shine through? I used to say that our character is the things that we do when nobody's watching, right? So why not choose to strengthen your character of who you are? It helps when we start to live this truth for ourselves. It's important that we believe that there for us. Wayne Dyer wrote another quote that I really like in his book, In Balance. Wayne Dyer wrote, believing by believing passionately in something that exists, we create it. So what are you going to create this week, this day? And what are you going to create here in the month? What are you going to fill it up with? I'll end this talk today with in the Meditations of Science of Mind book by Ernest Holmes. And I absolutely love this. I meet my good. Today I meet my good. Knows me and will not let me depart from it. My good, and I cannot be robbed of it. Expressing itself to me as mine. Now see and hear and feel all good, and in it presses against me and fills me with the urge of life. So let me leave you with this. Ask yourself, what is your joy? Service. Find it. Live it. Be it. And soak up all your good. Namaste. Just take that in. Just take that in. And so we move into the next part of ours this morning, and that is the givingness. And I'm going to actually have to ask Guide the poster and to put up the poster this morning. Received a note from Carrie saying that her power went out. So we're just going to carry on. And this giving affirmation, I do not have it put up here, but let's just do this. Let's just contribution, all the energy, life, and love goes through this givingness. I consecrate my giving that it goes forth to serve the center, to serve the messaging out into the universe, and that we understand that as everything ripples, life is always moving forward, and this divine giving, this giving goes forth and is used to the highest good. And I just thank you, everyone, for the center and bringing your consciousness here to an end. So I would like to thank Deb, if we can, Deb, because as you know, Carrie is actually running the service this morning. So can't bring Deb back, but I know and trust that Deb is going to hear this message. Deb, thank you this morning. Thank you so much for the powerful songs that you've delivered. I know that your love and your light and your joy is shining through right now. Thank Carrie, who was kind enough to set up this whole technical. Once it failed on my end, that is just thank you, Carrie. And I want to thank everybody for bringing your consciousness this morning. There is no technical difficulty that will stop us from getting the messages that we need to get out. Those things need to happen. And so I trust and I know going forward that each and every one is filled with love. And as we can, fortunately, again, I can't even bring Deb back to do a song, to be able to wait long enough to possibly have Deb come back and do a song. So it looks as though if Carrie's power has gone out, our system is shut down. Is right where you need to be. go out on a high energy. I would love to sing to you any song on the top of my head. If I did, I would, you know. I'm gonna let it shine. Take that in the world. This little light of mine. Shine. This little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Namaste, everyone. Go forth. Have a love. Lots of luck. Stay well.